I'm a firm believer in building relationships using your social media, but I often get asked, how do you do that? Number one, post often on all platforms. Now, if you're not using TikTok yet or Instagram, that's fine. Just use Facebook, which is the most common. Instagram is a great place for businesses to build relationships. TikTok is brand new, you can get a lot of reach, so you should be on all the platforms as much as you can. All these platforms are free, and I'm not talking advertising, I'm talking making posts in context of each platform. And if you post often, more people are going to reach out to you, more people are going to comment. So the more you post, the more relationships you can start to build. Post relevant content. It's not just post whatever you want. And you can talk about how the behind the scenes of your business, talk about your business. And one thing you don't want to do is don't be salesy, which turns out is not a real word, but I use it all the time. Don't be salesy, and you're not advertising. You're trying to build community, you're trying to build relationships, so you post valuable information about your business. You can talk about the people in your business, talk about experiences that you're having, talk about the use of your products, the use of your service, educate. Entertainment is big. That's why TikTok is so, I didn't put TikTok up here. TikTok is so big because people are they have a chance to be entertaining in the TikTok way, and it's fantastic. It's a great platform you should be focusing on. I'm making a bigger commitment this year to post more often on all the platforms, because I typically don't have time because I'm so busy putting up content for other people and other businesses, but I'm changing that because I have to practice what I preach. So I get it. You don't have a lot of time, but you got to put in the effort. I'm doing the same thing. So join me in that effort. Make it a New Year's resolution or whatever. But actually, I'm doing it before the new year starts. But create valuable content to showcase your business. Again, you're not advertising. You're not being salesy. So you're not always posting links. You're not always posting your phone number. You're not always posting, call us now. That's way too advertising and salesy. It's all about building relationships, and you have to build them in context of each platform. So you're posting often on all the platforms. You're posting relevant content on TikTok. And here's the part that most people miss is answering or replying to comments. Or even if people like your post, you could reach out privately with a message, say, hey, thanks so much for liking the post. Do you live in the town? What do you do? And you can start building relationships that way. But most businesses don't even reply. I see people spending money on ads and they're not even replying to people that are commenting. For sure, if you get those negative ones, just delete them right off your page, because you're going to get haters all the time. The bigger you get, the more haters you get. Just delete them and move forward. It's hard sometimes, but you just got to do it. But at the very least, reply to the comments. So specifically, if they're asking you a question about something that you have to answer, but often they're just saying things like they're tagging their friends, you could just say, hey, thanks for the tag. It just shows that you're appreciating what they're doing. Or if they make a comment about something, comment back or ask questions of your audience and start building relationships. So that is really key, and most businesses are missing out. Another one, especially on Instagram, is you reach out to people. You can actually reach out and make comments to people. You can send private messages, private video, private voice message, but not salesy stuff, but reach out and try to get to know people. Like, hey, I saw your post about that hot dog you were eating. Where did you get that? It looks awesome. Like something basic as that, if you be natural. And I mean, that's cool. They posted something about a hot dog, but they never said where they got it. You can certainly post, ask a question, or send a message and ask them a question on where they got it. That's what you would do in the community. If someone was eating a really delicious hot dog in front of you and you'd ask them the same thing, where'd you get that hot dog? It looks great. Do the same thing on Instagram. Or if you see people are struggling with something that might be related to your industry, you can reach out and give them advice. So, and I'm not talking douchey advice. I'm just saying, hey, I saw your post about you not being able to choose between green and blue. We suggest picking blue because of this. Like, let's say you're in the fashion industry or they're picking a sofa set or something like that. You could say, we think you should pick blue because we saw that picture of your room a couple weeks ago and that would match the room color really well. It's okay to do that and reach out to as many people as you can. One thing on Instagram as well is you can look up your hashtags in your industry and find posts in those hashtags and make comments about your opinion, or hey, right on, or good job, or whatever it is. But start making comments on other people's posts related to your industry and not related to your industry, just in general in your community. because being part of your community, especially if you're a local business, is super important. And that's how people get to know you and you build relationships. And all this is free. Not enough businesses are using this. And this is like when you're sitting there watching TV, when you're sitting there after dinner and you're relaxing, when you're sitting in your car, you can start building community by reaching out to people, talking to people, posting often. And it's not just about posting, it's about reaching out, replying and commenting. And that's the way you build relationships and you move forward through you can call it a sales funnel if you want, because you're building relationships first. And as they gain trust in you, you can start looking at selling them things. But just focus on building community and relationships using all these platforms and you will see benefit. But the key is, and here's another thing, is you have to show up daily. You have to show up. You have to do the work. You have to show up, do the work. You have to make those posts, reach out to people, but be consistent at it and be truthful, be honest and transparent. Don't be a douchebag. I always talk about that. Don't be douchey, because most businesses reach out and be a douchebag. Not most, but a lot of businesses do. Show up daily, put in the effort, and it will pay off. And again, it's free. And again, you're not trying to advertise to people, you're not trying to sell, you're just trying to build those relationships. In the end, for sure, you want them to buy from you, but it's not like putting up a billboard, which is an advertisement, getting people into your store. For the first time in the history of businesses, you can build, other than being local and being on the streets and communicating with your neighborhood, you can build relationships with people before they buy something through social media, while they're buying something, right before they make a choice, and much after, using email and reaching out to people on social. There's so many ways that you can be creating community around your business and creating relationships that'll pay off 10 times, or I don't know what the number is, but it'll pay off a lot for you in the future, because this is the way things are now. There's nothing else going on except for this kind of stuff other than your regular type of marketing, but this is where it's at. And if you're not doing this, I believe your business is going to suffer more and more. We've seen it. We've seen a ton of businesses not survive the last few years. Even before the pandemic, there were businesses failing because they're not doing this. They're not trying to build relationships. They're trying to, and this is great, because one of the biggest companies in the world is Amazon. They're so easy to beat if you focus on relationships, because Amazon doesn't do that. Their whole model is get you something cheap and get you shipped fast and have everything available in one spot, which is valuable to people. But people still need relationships. We're still humans. We still need to have that interaction. And that's how you beat companies like Amazon and Walmart.ca and Wayfair, is you build those relationships with people where these companies can't.